But one thing that I want to mention in this particular stage that is very important, that even though the entire Quran was recorded, but it wasn't compiled in the form of book. So Sahabi A would have some verses, Sahabi B would have some verses. It wasn't like everything compiled in one place, but every verse of Quran was there somewhere written. Alright? And the so cover to cover compilation didn't happen during the time of Prophet Muhammad, but what was the reason? Why didn't Prophet Muhammad do it in the form of a book? He wrote one complete book. And that, first of all, there was no pressing need for it, because as you know, as I said before, during the time of Prophet Muhammad, it wasn't like a real the style of the people that everybody would read and write. That was not the trend there. But there was few people who wrote, but most of the time also the people would memorize a lot of Quran. So Prophet Muhammad would be convinced that there's so many people writing it down and so many people memorizing it, Quran is safe. His job was to convey the message, which he did, and recording it in the form of a book, that was not a pressing need at that time. And also, as the brother said, continuous revelation. So it was, Quran didn't stop until the end of the life of Prophet Muhammad. We mentioned that last time that one of the last verse of Surah Al-Baqarah that was revealed, that was like 9 days before his death of Prophet Muhammad. And so it was continuously revealing. So you cannot like say, okay, this is book compiled, khalas, that's it, that this is Quran now. No, so it was continuously revealing. And also, important thing is that it was random revelations, in the sense it was, Quran would not come in the form of chronological order. It wouldn't start with Alif Lam Mim Zalikal Kitab or Surah Al-Fatiha. What was the first verse? Iqra Bismi Rabbikal Ladhi Khalaq, which is like in the 30th juz, right? So the verses would reveal from different surahs here and there, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would order Prophet Muhammad through Jibreel that this verse goes in this particular surah after this verse. So that order was, so if you maintain a book, now how are you going to edit it? There was no Microsoft Word there. You cannot say, hey, okay, I want to insert this text here. So that would be very difficult too. And also, abrogated verses also. The scholars of Uloom AlQur'an, they say that there were some verses that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Prophet Muhammad sallallahu that verse that was revealed previously to you is abrogated now. It will not be the part of Quran. In Allah's infinite wisdom, that was done in the Quran. And we also know that there are some verses within the Quran that were abrogated, which was not taken out of Quran, but they are still called as abrogated verses. We are going to talk about Nasikh and Mansukh a little bit later in later sessions, but we'll see. But we know for a fact that during the time of Prophet Muhammad itself, there were lots and lots of Huffaz. Who can tell me the famous incident where we know for a fact that a lot of Huffaz were there?
The 70 Huffaz.
Very good, mashallah. Oh, what was it called?
Bir
Ma'una. So
they were sent to make the peace.
Yeah, they were actually invited by different tribes. Hey, that we accepted Islam now. Come teach us Islam. So Prophet Muhammad sent his best people, like 70 Huffaz. Okay, go and teach them. And what happened? These very treacherous people, they just killed them all. They became shaheed. That happened when? When did it happen? After the Hijri, about 4th Hijri year. And at that time we had bulk of Quran actually. Lots of Makki surahs were already covered, more than 70 Makki surahs and some Madani surahs. So that happened in that time. So we know for a fact that there were still a lot of Huffaz even after the Sahaba got shaheed. Now let's look at the different stage now. Compilation during the time of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. So this was the time when the cover-to-cover compilation happened. And this is not exactly how it looked. I just put the picture here, but we don't have the book as of now. Let me tell you that first. We don't have it because it was commanded by the Khalifa to have it burned for some reasons we will discuss later on. But we don't have it today. But why did Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu do that? So I want to talk a little bit about Battle of Yamama. So what happened, as we know, after the death of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu when Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu became the Khalifa, and many tribes started to become like, they declared apostasy. They said, we are not going to be Muslims anymore. Prophet is no more, so we are not Muslims anymore. So and in fact, there was one person with the name of Musaylima, because he said that I am the prophet. He self-proclaimed the prophethood. I am the prophet, and there is no after the prophet of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I am the prophet. So Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu decided to fight. There are a lot of tribes like that claiming such things, and Ridda wars we call it. So in that war, what happened? Again, the same thing repeated. That was one of the bloodiest battle, actually, Battle of Yamama, and this so many Muslims' lives were lost. So many Sahaba became shaheed, and again 70 Huffaz died in this period as well. So Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, he approached Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. He said, Ya Amirul Mu'mineen, or the Caliph of Muslims, we lost so many Sahaba who memorized Quran A to Z. Now we need a way to protect Quran. We need some form of a book or some form of a collection so that we can preserve the Quran. We cannot because the battles are going to come. We don't know how many battles we are going to fight after this, but these battles are going to come, so we have to preserve the Quran. So what did Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu do? He was very hesitant. He was like, I cannot do it. How can I do something which was not done by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He basically was thinking in terms of something being a bid'ah. This will be an innovation, starting something new. But Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, he explained to him, this is not bid'ah. It's not in and of itself worship to compile Quran, but this comes under that category called Maslaha Mursala. Scholars discuss this. So this is something it is allowed to do in Islam, in Sharia. This is Usul al-Fiqh concept. But anyways, after presenting to him a lot of points, Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu got convinced, and he said, okay, we will compile Quran now. But they decided that there has to be someone in charge of this task, this project. So they decided Zayd ibn Thabit radiallahu anhu for this task. And we will study a little bit about Zayd, because this is the most important figure when you talk about compilation of Quran, the most important. But that compilation, however, was completed in 12th Hijri. So when did Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu die? When did he pass away? 2 years, like 13th Hijrah. So he, subhanAllah, did this very enormous task, and we are very grateful to him that this was completed during the time of Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. But very important to know that this particular mushaf that Sayyidina Abu Bakr had, that was not meant to be like an official copy, or it wasn't like it was distributed to people. The whole purpose of this compilation was that Sayyidina Abu Bakr wanted to make sure that we have Quran preserved. So he kept with himself, okay, this is Quran, it's not going anywhere, it's not going to be lost. So after the death of Sayyidina Abu Bakr, it went to Sayyidina Umar, and after that, after he passed away, Hafsa radiallahu anha, she took care of that, and we'll talk about it later.